We're back with another question for Ron. Ron, do you have any thoughts on how we shall approach real estate purchases when it's time to start projects? I am thinking that all leases, contracts, and properties will be null and void. So, how do we stake claim to a property we want?
Okay. First of all, there's two parts to this question. Um, do you have any thoughts on how we should approach real estate purchases? I'm not sure what you're asking. Um, a real estate purchase, you go through real estate agents or whatever. There's always legal stuff that is necessary to transfer title of real estate. And then you jumped in. That's necessary. That's the way that our home funding, uh, private home funding program will function. Uh, it's got to be legal, and if we stay within the bounds of legality, then we're safe from things of this world. However, with Nasara coming, there's going to be changes, and it's not necessarily you're saying that leases, contracts, and properties would be null and void. I do not believe that to be true. I just do not. There's no. That's an agreement between two people. Who outside of that agreement are going to tell that that is null and void? Um, who you're not going to get a higher level person because that's crossing over into dominions. If I have if you and I, if I bought my home from you, we go through the legal stuff and I end up with the property and you end up with the money. Now, where in there do you think that leases, contracts, and properties will be null and void? I don't know who said that to you. I do not believe that that is true. And then you say, so how do I stake claim to a property we want? You pay for it. I don't know how else you're going to get it. You know, we're not going back to primitive times. We're moving forward. There's got to be a way to transfer title to a particular piece of property. In this dimension, we have to buy things in order for us to own them. Leasing is some people like leasing. Some people like other forms of contracts, options to buy, and all that sort of stuff. All of that is the legalities of third dimension. I'm just wondering in my mind where you think that all of that is going to go away. The legal system has to be purified, but you do not stop a lease or somebody else comes in and stops the lease unless it's one of the people involved in the lease. So if you have an organization that says, okay, you bought a home and you have a mortgage on it. Well, there's contracts associated if you don't pay that. Well, what's happening to mortgages? Mortgages are illegal activities. And the restitution of those legal activities means that you no longer have a mortgage on that property, and clear title to that property has to be given to you. Period. Exclamation point. Why do I say that? They used your signature, your promissory note, to buy that property, and now they're asking you to pay them for a 30-year mortgage on the property. The money was yours in the beginning, and now they're charging you for your home again. They used your money to buy the home, and then they want you to pay them money. That's an illegal activity. Mortgages will be done away with. What is the net result? They used your money to buy the home. It's your home. And I get it free and clear. Yeah, they used the money, your signature. They monetized your signature, went into the back room, called the Fed and their organizations, and they sent the money. And because of your promissory note, they monetized your promissory note, got the money, paid for the house, and then you have to pay them. That is illegal. Did you know that? They didn't tell you, did they? Mortgages are done. There's some things like that where fraudulent activity took place prior to you making a lease or contracts or whatever. So if there's fraud involved, it vitiates a contract. Vitiate means it makes it it's as if it never existed. So you can't, if there's fraud involved, then you can't go to a legal system and win a point other than the fraud that happened. The one who was the fraud loses, and the one who was frauded is the one that gains. That goes through the court system. Does that go through heaven? Do the heavens get involved in that? I don't know. Maybe it does. Let's not negate that. But the fact is that there are legal things between two people. There's only one of the two that can break that legal contract. God's not going to do it. And I'm sure that the powers that be with Nassar and so forth will have no authority to do any of that sort of thing. It's a private contract. The government has been involved in stuff like this for a long time, but they're getting out of the business because they have no business being there. It's not their business, it's yours. It's private. You know, even in my mind, the registering of property of the county seat is inappropriate. And in our primary or our private home funding program, you'll see where's the mortgage going to be on that? There's no mortgage. Where's the title of the property going to be? A title is determined by who owns it. Okay. So you might have your name on a title somewhere, but somebody can come in and take that away from you because you're not really the owner. Period. With the cabal system of the way that they got it, they own everything and you just lease it. So when you get into this kind of thing, if there's fraudulent activities, and the cabal is fraudulent activity, so all of those contracts and so forth, yes, in that regard will be null and void because there was fraud involved. But if you got a contract with somebody and you think that the Nassar is going to come along and stop it, you're going to have some different ideas on that when it happens. So how do you stake a claim? You pay for the property, free and clear. The owner says, I am now paid. And then that's all that is necessary for you to have clear title to the property. Where's the title? It's in the quantum financial system. Proof of ownership, proof of payment. It's all in the quantum financial system. This is the magic that this thing is doing to us, for us, not to us, but for us. So I hope that I'm giving you my thoughts on that, but I hope that will help you.
Very enlightening, Ron. Thank you. We'll be right back with another question.
Okay.